first down. It's Darnold. They complete it to Hill. And he's got this down to the 35.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 31, Darnold, and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here comes, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here. And now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And this one is right down the middle. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing in a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this fourth quarter. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Darnold goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big pullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. That one complete to Hill. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. To throw is Darnold. And Gronkowski's got it. Complete over the middle. Touchdown! Rob Gronkowski. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Coup for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Mostert. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Rodgers. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's it.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Travis Kelce, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths, but it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. It's a squibber picked up right on the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now here come the Raiders. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, big man with ball. Met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
From the 38, Darnold. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Bowden. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Darnold now to throw. And he finds Gronk.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Darnold to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown Raiders. Nick Bowden from 21 yards away. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following a touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. Getting set to go again. We get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure. Oh! He'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Rodgers now to throw. Nowhere to go. He lost the football. And they mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers looking for Kelsey on the deep ball.
Fucked up.
That's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the 38, Darnold. He's got Anderson on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
This is Barton, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Darnold.
Get that nigga, get that, get that, get that, get that, get that, get that shit, nigga, get that shit, yeah, oh, motherfucker.
Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths. But it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now Darnold. This is Anderson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Darnold. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
Give me that.
We have seen this before, and and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And Detroit back in possession.
Rebound knockout.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
134 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Will swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. They'll run it with Jacobs. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. But defensively, that's a nice stop there on 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Now offensively, kicking the field goal, taking the lead, right?
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Especially since you got stopped on the previous play. But if you got something you really like, something that you've practiced all week, and you think, hey, this is the time to use it, this is the play, I wouldn't be deterred. I would gamble a little bit and go for it right now.
This one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So Sam Darnold in the offense, down by a field goal, 24 seconds to go. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on 1st down. Connecting with Hill, and they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Darnold to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. One last throw down for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And the Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions have won the Super Bowl. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Super Bowl champs, the Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gunn signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here